everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so, hi, my people. Love seeing my people. Okay, show of hands if you've been in this room with me before, and this is not your first talking circle. Okay, these three. Okay, I always like to know how much I have to reset the room. Okay, well, welcome everyone to the Talking Circle. I'm Erica Chitty. I am the Senior Vice President of Brand and Editorial Content for Unbothered. Does everyone know what Unbothered is? Okay, love it. I get to introduce you. So, Unbothered is sister brand to Essence, and we focus on Black women, elevating them, seeing them, celebrating them, informing them in a world that is not doing enough of that. Historically, Unbothered has focused on entertainment and culture and like finding joy inside of all of the challenges we find ourselves in. I started as the SVP in February, and I got brought in to help evolve Unbothered from entertainment and culture into or towards well-being and culture. So this is the first big thing I got to do when I started the job, was to bring Unbothered to festival. And what I wanted to do when I did that was I didn't want to have another stage and have another panel moment, because there's a lot of those. And for 15 years, I was a full spectrum doula, health educator. I also made technology for women to help them understand their bodies. And I did a ton of educating. And I like to say I spent most of my career helping women tell the stories of their bodies to themselves and to each other. And one of the ways that always happened was in circle like this. So, quick question. When's the last time you sat in circle with people to have a conversation? Not long time ago, and maybe not any time you can really remember. And so the reason we're in circle is because it actually activates the tribal components inside of us. Like, this is how our people sat at one stage or another. And what we do in this circle is it removes hierarchy, and it drives intimacy, and it drives connection. So, couple things. House circle rules, let's say. So there's no speakers, there's no leaders, no one's above or below anyone. You have keepers. I will be your keeper this afternoon, which means I will make sure that this runs smoothly. If you have a question, I will bring you a mic. If you need a tissue, because there's some tears, I will bring you a tissue. And then we have our anchors. And I actually am she should be here, but come on over here. Yes, you, yes, you, yes, you, yes, you. Come. You can have a seat here. I'm not fully introducing you yet, but you can sit there. Hey, y'all. Let me grab this behind you. Put this on there. Okay, so like I said, there are no leaders. There's no above, below. We are all on the same platform. I will be your keeper. This wonderful woman is going to be our anchor. She's going to root down the wisdom. And then the third role in the circle is all of you. So we want to hear from you. We want you to lean in, speak up, stand up, share whatever comes to your mind as we're spending time together, because you are just as important as she is, as I am, because without each other, we don't have much of anything, right? Yes. Okay, so the first thing that we do when we open the circles, I do something called a clearing. It's just to set the energy in the space to really bring us all back to this moment and not the moment before or the moment after. So the way we're going to do that, we're going to rub our hands together, if you'll indulge me. Okay, yeah, so rub your hands together, rub them together pretty fast. Just close your eyes even. You probably haven't closed your eyes in a little bit because you'd be walking and you'd be beauty conning and you'd be doing things. Just really rub your hands together. And then I'm going to count to 3. And on 3, we're going to clap together one time. Okay, ready? Okay, let's go fast. 1, 2, 3. This room is together. I love it. I love it. It's great. Okay, I'm going to hand it over and allow you to introduce yourself and start the conversation.
I'm a stander.
Absolutely can stand. Let's pull us out of your way.
Who here has ever said, I wish my partner could read my mind? Raise your hand. So I just see a lot of hands of a lot of people who don't use their mouth in here, right? All right, okay, I got you. All right, so I want to get to know everyone in the room. I'm going to ask you some questions, a few questions just to see where you are. There is no true answer for this question. So whatever comes to your mind, that's the answer. There's no true answer. No real answer, no true answer. Whatever comes up first. I'm going to ask the question, I'm going to give you the options, and then I'm going to ask you to raise your hand if you agree with whatever option, right? So when it comes to you, this is the question. It's the same question, but you're just going to have different options. When it comes to the way you are able to communicate your sexual needs to your partner, again, this is about the way you communicate your sexual needs to your partner. Are you more an index card or a file cabinet? So, are you more of an index card? All my index cards, raise your hand. No explanations. It's just whatever you think. So again, no explanations, no right or wrong. It's just whatever you think you align with. So when it comes to, again, the way you're able to communicate your sexual needs to your partner, are you more of an index card or a file cabinet? Index cards. File cabinets. Okay, file cabinets. 2 hands. Okay. Are you more 1 pound of crawfish or a cup of gumbo? 1 pound of crawfish. 1 cup of gumbo. Okay. Let's do one more. Again, for those who are just coming in, the question is, when it comes to how you're able to communicate your sexual needs to your partner, are you more a snowball or an order of beignets? Snowballs. Beignets. Y'all greedy. That says a lot. So again, that is really, there's really nothing to that. But I want you to think about this, because at the end of this circle, this talking circle, I want you to be able to leave here and do an exercise with your partner or by yourself, okay? So I'm gonna hand y'all some cards, just some random people. If you want a card, raise your hand, and you're just gonna hold on to this card, and then we're gonna talk about it. Raise your hand. Anybody? Don't look at it. Don't look at it. And you don't have to talk. You can think about this as well, so you don't have to talk. Anybody else? Don't look at it. I don't know. You want one? She can't. Anybody else? Don't look at it. Don't cheat. Excuse me. Don't look at it. And this is conversation. You want one? Who else? Okay, y'all about to be chatty patties in here. Don't look at it. Some of these. Don't look at it. I'm going to tell you when to look at it. I'm sorry. All right. Oh, you want one? You got a good one.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Okay. We're going to wait.
BeautyCon is now temporarily closed due to overcrowding. Again, BeautyCon is temporarily closed due to overcrowding.
All right. So don't look at your cards, but we're going to come back to that. So like I said, by the end of this, I want you to be able to go and exercise, do this exercise, because when we're talking about sex and we're talking about sexual communication, I have a vulva in my hand. Did anybody know this pillow was, it's pillow talk. This is a vulva, right? Y'all don't recognize this? You know why? That's another conversation, but this is a vulva. So this is the outer labia, inner labia, clitoral, hood, clitoral bulb. This is the uterus, urethra, and this is the vaginal opening where I stuck my fist at. So A lot of people think good sex happens with this, with your vulva. But they don't realize that the best sex happens with this, your mouth. Not on the genitals, not on the genitals. But the best sex happens with your mouth because that is your best sex tool. So I am a sex and relationship therapist. I have a private practice where I see people who have issues. They come in and they say stuff like, we have communication problems. I do sex coaching and relationship coaching as well, and I want to tell you about Elle. So Elle came in. Elle was 2 years married, ready to divorce. Elle said, Dr. Shamyra, I'm ready to go. I'm tired of telling D that I want more affection in the relationship. I was like, okay. Telling D I want more affection. So D, what happened? Every time Elle told me they want more affection, I went out, I bought a new bag, I bought a new shoes, I bought some jewelry. L is what? Ungrateful. So D is frustrated. D is like, L is ungrateful. Every time L says, I want more affection, I go out, I get stuff, and that's still not good enough. What do y'all think was happening there? Somebody said miscommunication. What else? D what? D doesn't know what affection is. What else? Love language. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to talk to y'all about that in a minute, too. Somebody say love language. Different understanding. She wasn't specific. So, we're going into year 3. Same thing's happening. So, D is like, I want sex. L is like, I want affection. So, their problem was we're not having enough sex, and we have a communication problem. So, I got them in. We talked about what was happening. So D was like, I'm giving you the affection. I'm buying you the bags. I'm buying you the shoes. I'm buying you the jewelry. D said, but I want a hug. I'm sorry, L said, but I want a hug. I was like, a hug? I always hug you. You hug me when you want to have sex. You touch me when you want to have sex. But I bought you the bag. I bought you the shoes. And so the disconnect there was where a lot of couples have the disconnect in which they are not explicit in what they are talking about. And so they get into these ruts and they get into these arguments, and then the conversation is, I'm not desired, I'm tired of being rejected, you don't hear me, we keep having the same conversation, I'm done with this, I might need to go have sex with somebody else, I might need to go have sex by myself, when we really need to talk about how to communicate better about what our sexual needs and desires are. So that's what we're gonna go over, some exercises in helping you use your mouth better, because we can all get better at communicating. We think communicating is just talking, listening. It's more than that. It's how we show up. It's how we don't show up. It's what we remember. It's what we don't remember. It's what we say. It's what our bodies do, which is the number one indicator of, I can tell where someone's relationship is when they show up to the office, how they sit, where they sit at, how they talk to each other, how they look at each other. They're rolling their eyes at each other, because contempt, scientifically, is one of the leading causes of breakups and divorce. Because if you rolling your eyes and sucking your teeth and huffing and puffing while I'm talking to you, that communicates to me that you don't want to hear what I'm saying. Why would I want to have sex with you? If you're only touching me when it's time for sex, why do I want to have sex with you? So one of the things I found is that people were coming in and they were having sex, they were in these relationships 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. They were in these relationships, but they were having sex, but they were not talking about sex. They were talking about the stuff I call the business of the relationship. What we having for dinner? How are the kids? Did we pay the bills? What we having for dinner? What you want to eat? You still don't know what you want to eat? Y'all know y'all don't ever know what y'all want to eat. So those are the conversations that people were having, and that's what people were coming in for. And so I created Use Your Mouth. Those are the cards you have to help people have conversations, because one of the problems was how people were having conversations. This is it. I'm tired of asking for sex. Every time I ask for sex and you decline me. Well, I'm tired of you not giving me what I want. I'm tired of you not giving me no affection. So if you don't give me no affection, I don't give you no sex. And guess what happens? They get caught up in the same dance. What are some complaints y'all have heard about relationships? Not in your own, but that you've heard. And if anybody want to talk, you can hold the vulva. You want to hold the vulva? You can hold my vulva.
You tell them what you want, but things never change over the years, so you just give up.
That's great. Things never change. You tell them what you want, but things don't change over years. You just give up. What else? Anybody else? Oh, wait, let me get the vulva. We got another vulva holder.
When we first started off, it was real good, but now it's not the same.
When we first started off, it was real good, but now it's not the same. That's because our brains trick us. Because initially, when we meet people, our brains don't automatically say, oh, I want to get to know this person because I know they're a great person. They're going to be a great parent. I know that they're awesome humanitarian. Our brains say, I won't have sex with you. And so that's called limerence. Our brain basically conspires against us. That's science. No, I saw you. I know you wanted to hold the vulva.
What about, the lack of initiation? Like, it's always one person initiating.
The lack of initiation is always one person initiates, right? Oh, no, this one good. This good. I ain't holding two microphones and a vulva, Millie. Same person always initiates. So we call that someone as the pursuer in the relationship. The person who's consistently initiating, that's the pursuer, right? So there's somebody who's likely getting rejected in the relationship as well. What do you think the conversation is when somebody is constantly pursuing, but they're getting rejected?
Not making time for them.
Okay, you're not making time for them. You're not making time for me. You don't care. Every time I reach out for connection, you reject me. So what happens is in relationships where there's this pursuer person and then they feel rejected in the relationship, what starts happening is that rejection starts registering as pain in the body. So when people say that they really feel bad when they're rejected, it's because they literally feel bad. Rejection registers as pain in people's body. So what we know scientifically is that a lot of times men are often being rejected, right? And they sometimes say that they don't feel good, like they stop pursuing after a while, and they're like, well, it didn't get me anywhere. But again, they aren't having the right kind of conversations either. They're focusing on the rejection. They're not focusing on what's going on with the rejection, because there are so many reasons why people don't reject you because they just like, you know what, this is the best I ever had. I'm just going to say no tonight. People do not. I tell people all the time, people, if they like cookies and somebody got a fresh, hot batch of cookies baked, you think they're going to say, you know what, this is my favorite, but I'm going to say no. No, they're not. People don't necessarily reject what they like. People reject not being heard, not being seen, not being and feeling valued in a relationship. What else? What are some other conversations?
You don't want me anymore.
You don't want me anymore. That rejection turns into you don't want me anymore. So what happens sometimes as a result of that rejection? You don't want me anymore. Somebody say something. I know you want to hold the line. Don't run from it.
I went and found somebody else.
I went and found somebody else. I heard that. People they get their needs met in other ways. Again, we're not having the right kind of conversations. You might say your conversation might be, there's that, what you won't do another person will. Good. It's like, I'm just playing. I'm kidding. But there is some truth to some people saying they go outside of their relationship to get their needs met and they'll cheat because they don't like who they've become in the relationship. And so a lot of people think cheating is because I don't like you as my partner, but it's really because I don't like me and who I've become in this relationship, right? And again, we're not having the right kind of conversations. People are not using their mouth. So when it comes to having these conversations, well, Shamyra, what do we do? How do we have these conversations? It's hard to tell my partner, you know what? I don't really like the sex we're having because quiet as is kept. A lot of people are rejecting sex and people don't want to have sex not because they just don't like their partner or they're in a bad relationship. they don't like the sex they're having. And we have different levels of sexual desire, different levels of arousal, depending on where you are. Let me find out who's here. Anybody in their 20s? No 20s? Make some noise. Woo! All right, 30s. Okay, 30s. The people that's sweating with the fans, 40s. All right, 50s. Yes, 50s. We love the fine 50s. What about the sexy 60s? Yes. 70s? Yes. Over 70. Okay, so generationally, we have people that are experiencing different things physiologically with their bodies, right? So people in their 20s, they are often exploring more with their bodies. They're getting to know their bodies, getting to know what they like. People in their 30s are learning different things about what sexuality means to them and what their sexuality is. People in their 40s are like, all right, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, I'm hot. I'm going through all of these things that I don't know what I'm going through. What are we gonna do? People in their 50s are like, if you coming over here, you better come here, sit down, don't make no noise. People in their 60s are having the most sex. Y'all wasn't ready for that, huh? Who in their 60s?
Not here.
People in their 60s, why do y'all think that? The research is showing us that people in their 60s are having the most sex right now. Let me bring the vulva back over here. Oh, wait, we got a 60s. Let's go.
Come on up.
Because at 60, we know what we want.
100%. Because at 60, they know what they want. So they've gone through the things that many of us in our 40s, some of people in their 30s and 20s, they've already experienced that. And experience is a great teacher. And they're like, you know what? This is who I am. This is what I want. And I'm okay with naming what I want. Now, that doesn't mean that they've mastered communication. That means that they've mastered themselves in a way that if you're going to be over there with them, you got to be over there with them. So there are some of us who are still struggling with trying to navigate our sexuality and our sexual relationships. Y'all, we're not using our mouths right. So I'm going to tell you a 3-step process on how to do that. Okay? But first, I want somebody to come role play a scenario with me. Then we're going to get to your cards. Role play a quick scenario with me. This is just going to take 30 seconds.
We're already over 5 minutes, but I want to give you more time so another 5.
All right, 30 seconds. Quick role play. Somebody, this is the scenario. We're frustrated about our sexual relationship. Come on up. You want to hold the vulva while you do it, or we going to put the vulva down? We'll put the vulva. You'll hold my vulva? Okay. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to role play. Who you want to be, the frustrated person? Yes. All right, I'm going to give you the mic. Millie, you have that other mic? So we did. No, we're good. All right. So we're frustrated. We're not having enough sex.
I can't keep doing this. I know we talk, but it's not hitting the way I would like it to hit.
What's not hitting? What we talking about? We talking again? You want to talk again?
I would like to, but like every time we in it, and I say like, you can do a little more of this, a little more of that. You do it for a second, and then you stop, and it's like, then I get bored or distracted. So
you getting bored? I'm bored in the bed. So I'm bored.
Okay, now you twist my words.
So you
don't twist my words. Okay, and what I'm trying to say is that it's just not going the way I would like it to go. And we talk. I'm trying to tell you, like, I don't know. What do you want me to say?
You always talking, but you keep telling me the same thing. So now I'm boring. That's what you.
You're not boring, but is it good for you?
Yeah, I'm good.
So it's good for you.
It's not good for you. You be making all that noise.
I'm making all that noise, but like,
it's not good for you.
No, it's not good for you.
So I need to swing around ceiling fan now because
You
I'm
know,
doing
you-
everything
yeah,
else.
now-
You asked
now
me to
you're
bring
making me
toys,
mad.
I
You're
bought
making me
toys.
mad.
You asked me to
I
get
know,
ice,
but-
I bought ice. You asked me to
Okay,
bring
we
whipped
keep
cream.
doing this. You keep getting frustrated. Why? We can't
You
keep
know
talking
what?
like this.
Whatever. I'm boring anyway. I'm just going. Maybe, you know what? We don't never have to do it no more. I'm boring.
Okay, you can shoot yourself, but you know, I'm trying to talk to you.
All right, so what you want me to do?
I mean, we could do something. We could take a class. You know, I mean,
A
okay.
class? So I'm
You don't
I'm
wanna- you
boring
don't-
and I'm dumb in the bed.
Why are you always trying to twist my words? You can't win with anything.
A class. You want me to take a class?
I'll
Who's
do
gonna teach
something.
me how to be me?
I'm trying to teach you to do a little something, but if you're not listening to me, then what's gonna happen?
So I'm not listening to you. So
Yeah.
I'm deaf.
So
dumb,
everything
and
you're
I'm
telling
bored.
me, okay, now I'm gonna piss. Everything you're telling, I'm trying to explain myself, but every time I'm trying to explain something, you're internalizing it.
All right. I'm gonna see what I can do, but sound like we don't need to do it no more.
All right.
I'm gonna take a class. We gotta take a class. Call the lady. Call
I
the
think-
lady. We're gonna go
okay.
see the lady.
You know what? I'll just call you. How about that?
Call the lady.
Okay.
You said we need a class.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
All right.
That was good. So, okay for the improv, Millie. Okay, so there were a lot of things happening, and for the sake of time, I'm going to show you how that conversation can go better, right? So, when you are having these conversations, I want you, when it's getting tough, there's a three-step process, right? So the research tells us that we have to have a start up in a conversation that's not rough. So you can't go, you know what, I've been asking you the same things over and over and over again. I keep telling you I want my elbow lick my elbow, you biting me. You can't do that. So basically, we're gonna do this three-step process, right? So we're gonna speak kindly. So we're gonna do this, speak kindly, and we're gonna say, you know, I've been wanting to talk to you. You start off with something you like. I really like how you've been really attentive to me lately. You've been really attentive and helpful with the kids. I really like that, right? And so then you're going to act curiously. So S, speak kindly. A, act curious. You're going to get curious. I'm, wondering, I'm really wanting us to be a little bit more adventurous in the bedroom. What do you think about that? Opens up the door for communication, right? And then y'all take action. So set. Speak kindly, act curiously, take action, right? Y'all try one thing. Basically, what do you think about that? They might say, what do you think? And you might say, well, I was thinking that maybe we can start licking each other's elbows. Or you can start licking my elbows. And so that creates a conversation. Now you're using your mouth. Now you are not in a dance where you're going back and forth about what's wrong. Now you're using your mouth because, again, you really think this are the best tools for your relationship, but it's really this in more ways than one. Now, those of you who have a card, flip it over, read it to yourself. Think about what that card says. If you want the cards, if y'all don't have one, go to onthegreencouch.com, get the cards. You can also get the book. It talks about 7 types of intimacy. Use your mouth. That can help you increase intimacy in and out of the bedroom, because sex does not begin in the bedroom. Sex begins with conversation outside of the bedroom. Okay? So remember, outside of the bedroom, that is where the best sex happens. And if you're not having these conversations, then you are not having the best sex that you can have. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's give another round of applause. That was very good. All right, everybody. So as we open the circle, so shall we close it? Let's do our hands, everybody. Really fast, just sealing in all that good knowledge and information, ready to share it with anybody who wants to hear about it. And on the count of 3, we're going to clap, and we're going to clear. Almost. I'm going to clap now. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Thank you for being with us.